Today I'm going to do 7th lesson in grade 9 science, plant growth substances. This is a very small lesson and also very easy lesson. So there are only two subtopics for this lesson. First subtopic is introduction to plant growth substances. So you learned in previous grade that air, water, light and minerals are essential for plant growth. Now, it has been discovered that some chemical substances also affected towards the plant growth. Now, have you ever thought how does a stem of a plant grow upwards and its roots grow downwards after seed germination, like in this figure? And also in this figure, in this picture, have you ever thought how does a stem of a plant grow upwards and roots go downwards, even the plant pot falls down? So to study about it, let's discuss the activity 7.1. In this activity 7.1, you need two similar potted plants, and in one plant you should cut the apex. Apex is this little leaf. You should cut the apex and observe. When you observe during a 1 week, the plant with the apex grows, its height increases, while the height without the apex plant does not change. It means the plant doesn't grow. So now it's clear that is an effect of the apex on plants to increase the height. Now let's do the activity, discuss the activity 7.2. For the activity 7.2, you need two similar potted plants, a box covered with a black paper, like this, and you should cut a hole to enter light from one direction. You will observe that the plant with the apex grows to the direction of the light, and the plant without the apex does not turn towards the light. You can do this activity at home, so you will observe this as same as here. Therefore, we can come to a conclusion that there is an effect of the apex on the growth of a plant. So, what is plant growth substances? What is known as plant growth substances? A chemical compounds which regulate the growth of a plant that are known as plant growth substances. Chemical compounds which regulate the growth of a plant is called plant growth substances. Some growth substances promote the growth of plant, while some inhibit the growth of plant. Now here you can see plant growth substances that promote the growth of plants. First one, auxins, gibberellins, psychotins. Let's discuss these plant growth substances one by one. Auxins. Auxin is a growth promoting hormone. and it's produced in the tips of the shoot and also roots. Auxins stimulate cell elongation in stem and root. Stem apex turn towards the light due to dissimilar cell elongation of stem. So this auxins does not like sunlight. So in this picture, when sunlight falls upwards, the auxins diffuse downwards. If sunlight fell in this side, auxin move to opposite direction of the sunlight. So auxin stimulates cell elongation. There are more auxins, cells are growing more. That's why it bends like this. Auxins produced in the apex diffuse downwards. It speeds the growth of new cells and shoots of the plant grow upwards. Like in this picture, if auxins diffuse downwards, it speeds up the growth of a new cells and shoots of the plant grow upwards. IAA, indole acetic acid, is a natural growth substances found in plants. Natural growth substances found in plants. Auxin concentrate more in the side of plant where intensity of light fall is low. It may auxin diffuse opposite side where the light fall on the plant. And auxin concentrate less in the other side of the plant. It means where the light falls into the plant. Auxin move to the darker side of the plant, causing the cells there to grow longer than corresponding cells to the other side of the plant. This causes a curving of the plant stem tip towards the light. This is known as positive phototropic moment. You will learn about this moment in moments in next lesson. Auxin also inhibit the growth of lateral buds. There are so many functions of this auxin, so you should remember these functions of auxins. Here in this picture also, it shows auxins. Here these are auxins. When light falls here, the auxins go downwards, diffuse downwards, because simply auxins doesn't like light. So it's moving away from the light. When in this picture, light is flow through this way. So auxins diffusing opposite side because auxin doesn't like sunlight. So auxins place in this part of the plant. As in this picture, you can see cells are more elongated than in this side because of auxin. So the plant stem is little bit curvating to the light. Our next plant growth substance, gibberellins. Gibberellin promotes mainly the elongation of the stem and growth of the fruits. plant hormone that stimulates cell growth. In this plant, this is the simple description of gibberellin. In this plant, it's small, and this plant it's much bigger than this. So this plant is more bigger than this plant and also this plant. So in this plant there are more gibberellin. So a plant hormone that stimulates cell growth. When cells are growing, stem also elongation in natural. In this picture, without GMN, without gibberellin. Here's the fruit without gibberellin, and here with gibberellin. Now you can clearly see the difference between these two pictures. So it's clear that gibberellin helps growth of the fruits. Okay. Next one is cycotins. Cycotins accelerate the cell division. So the growth of flowers, leaves, fruits, and roots get accelerated. They stimulate seed germination and delay plant aging. Cell division stimulates seed germination, delay plant aging. Here is the key concept of cycotins. Cycotins equals more mitosis. More mitosis equals more cells. More cells equals plant growth. A plant hormone that stimulates cell division to grow roots, fruits, and branches. This is the simple description of cycotins. In this plant, when you observe this plant and this plant, in this plant you can see there are fruits. So there are more cycotin in this plant. And also cycotin delay plant aging. What is the reason for falling leaves and fruits when mature? When you observe a stalk of a naturally fallen leaf and a stalk of a broken leaf, it would be clear to you that the naturally fallen leaf stick has a clear absorption layer. The reason for making an absorption layer is the reduction results in the amount of growth substances in fruits and leaves with their maturity. So as a result, fruit fall and leaf fall take place in plants. Now we are moving to our second subtopic, uses of artificial growth substances. There are artificial growth substances also other than plant growth substances. So these artificial growth substances are widely used in horticulture and growing ornamental plants. Here you can see some artificial growth substances and uses. 2 and 4 DPA. DPA means dichlorphenosastic acid. And also 2,4,5 TPA. Dichlorphenosastic acid. These both artificial growth substances uses to board leaves we decide for paddy fields. IAA, indole acetic acid, and also IBA, indole bitric acid, to induce root formation of stem cuttings to grow fruits quickly. NAA, naphthalene acetic acid, to prevent premature fruit drop, to induce flowering in pineapple in off-season. Psychocell, to get mango fruits in the off-season. So these are the artificial growth substances and the uses. So our lesson is over. Now I'm reading the summary of this lesson. The organic substances that influence some physiological process during the growth of a plant are known as growth substances. Some growth substances promote the growth while some inhibit the growth of plants. Auxin, gibberellin, and salicylate are some examples of growth-promoting substances. Artificial growth substances and inhibitors are used for artificial purposes. So, thank you for watching this video, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel. Let's meet you with another lesson, next lesson. Thank you.